If you search the world for a boy least likely to become the greatest American football player of all time, you'd have found him in a quiet California neighborhood. Tall, skinny, awkward, a bench warmer who couldn't outrun his classmates, couldn't outlift his teammates, and certainly didn't look like the face of a dynasty. But destiny has a strange sense of humor, because that same kid, Tom Brady, a kid who cried when he didn't get picked, a kid who many believed was too soft, would one day become the most decorated quarterback in NFL history. A man who changed the meaning of the word comeback, and a living symbol of never counting someone out too early. This is the story of the most unbelievable rise in American sports history. Early life, the shy boy with a big dream. Tom Brady was born on August 3, 1977, in San Mateo, California. In a family of 6, he was the youngest, surrounded by 3 sisters who constantly pushed him, physically, emotionally, competitively. There was always noise in the house, someone laughing, someone yelling, someone winning, someone losing. Growing up in that chaos made Tom tougher, even if he didn't look it. But what truly shaped him was pain. Because Tom Brady hated losing. Not in a "I'll try again tomorrow" way, but in a "this cannot be the end" way. His childhood friends remember one thing clearly. Tom was never the best, but he was the one who refused to quit. At 13, he saw a San Francisco 49ers game and saw Joe Montana, the legendary quarterback, perform magic on the field. Tom didn't just watch, he studied, he absorbed, he dreamed. He wasn't the strongest, not the fastest, not even the top pick for his school team. But he had something nobody could measure: obsession. The rejection years. High school football gave Tom a new world. But even there, coaches didn't see a future star. They saw a tall, slow kid with average arm strength. During trials, Tom Brady was so nervous, his throws wobbled. Players laughed. Coaches whispered. But he showed up again the next day, and the next, and the next. Until one day a coach finally said, "He might not be great now, but he learns faster than anyone." Slowly, painfully, Tom earned his spot. But life wasn't done testing him.
The college struggle. Back up again. Tom went to the University of Michigan and spent 2 years sitting on the bench. Imagine being obsessed with your dream and watching someone else live it in front of you. Tom cried in his dorm room more than once. He called home saying, "Maybe I'm not good enough." But his parents said the words that shaped his destiny: "If you want it badly enough, fight for it." So he fought. He trained harder, watched more film, practiced longer. And finally, he became the starter. He won big games, broke records, led Michigan to dramatic victories. Still, NFL scouts didn't care. Because in their eyes, Tom Brady wasn't impressive. Not physically, not athletically, not visually. They wanted superhuman quarterbacks. Tom looked like a regular guy. And so, the greatest insult of his life arrived. Pick 199, the humiliation that created a legend. The year was 2000, the NFL draft. Tom Brady sat with his family, waiting, praying, hoping. Round 1 passed. His name wasn't called. Round 2, nothing. Round 3, still nothing. His sisters tried to cheer him up, but he couldn't smile. Round 4, round 5, still nothing. Tom Brady sank lower into his chair with each passing pick. Some quarterbacks drafted before him couldn't even survive training camp. But the NFL didn't want Tom Brady because scouts said,
average arm, too skinny, not mobile, not strong enough. One report even said he lacks the body of a professional athlete. Finally, in round 6, with pick 199, the New England Patriots selected Tom Brady. There was no celebration, no fireworks, just relief. Tom later said, "I will never forget that number, 199. That's the day they gave me a reason to prove them wrong." And thus began the greatest underdog story in American sports. Arriving in New England. Tom's first day at Patriots training camp was underwhelming. He walked in with a cheap backpack. No swagger, no fanfare. The receptionist didn't even recognize him. But he walked up to the owner, Robert Kraft, and said, "Hi, I'm Tom Brady." Kraft replied, "I know who you are. You're our 6th-round pick." Tom smiled and said, "And I'm the best decision this organization has ever made." No arrogance, just destiny speaking through him. The backup again. The Patriots already had Drew Bledsoe, a superstar, a franchise hero, a man with a huge contract. Tom Brady? He was QB4. Yes, 4th-string quarterback. But day after day, Tom outworked everyone. He arrived before the coaches, left after the janitors, studied plays until his fingers cramped. Teammates didn't respect him until they realized something. Tom Brady didn't want the backup job. He wanted the throne. The hit that changed the NFL. September 23, 2001. Drew Bledsoe took a brutal hit. Internal bleeding, career-threatening injury. The stadium went silent. Then the cameras widened and showed Tom Brady stepping onto the field. This moment wasn't planned. It wasn't expected. It was fate. A 6th-round nobody was now leading the New England Patriots. And what he did next rewrote NFL history. The rise of a dynasty, the first Super Bowls. Tom Brady's teammates thought he'd panic. Instead, he played with calm, confidence, ice in his veins. He turned a broken team into believers. Every huddle, he looked his teammates in the eye and said, "We're going to win. Not try, not hope. We are going to win." And they did. The Patriots made the playoffs, then the AFC Championship, and then the unimaginable. Super Bowl 36. New England was an underdog. They were playing the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf, a team considered unbeatable. But Tom Brady didn't care about odds. He cared about moments. With 1:30 left on the clock, the game tied, pressure at maximum, Brady did the impossible. He led a flawless final drive, completed perfect throws, never blinked, never hesitated, and set up the game-winning field goal. The Patriots won their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Tom Brady, the skinny kid no one wanted, was now a champion. And he wasn't done. The making of a monster. Over the next few years, Brady transformed from game manager to game dominator. Super Bowl 38, Super Bowl 39. 3 championships in 4 years. A dynasty was born. And Tom Brady was the engine. He wasn't the strongest, not the fastest, not the flashiest, but he had something rare. A mind built for pressure, a heart built for battle, and a soul that refused to accept defeat. And just when the world thought Tom Brady had peaked, destiny threw another challenge his way. A challenge he never saw coming. The broken body, the broken heart, and the return. The ACL tear in 2008. In the first game of the 2008 season, Tom Brady took a low hit. And just like that, his knees snapped. His ACL was torn. His season was over, his future uncertain. Doctors said he might never be the same. But Brady didn't cry. He didn't complain. He just said, "I'll be back." And he returned stronger. The Deflategate scandal. Years later came the scandal that shook the NFL. Deflategate. Tom Brady was accused of cheating, something he passionately denied. Sports media attacked him ruthlessly. Fans booed him in stadiums. Analysts called him a fraud. The league suspended him for 4 games. This wasn't just criticism. This was humiliation. But Brady used the noise as fuel. He came back with one goal: make them regret doubting me. Super Bowl 51, the greatest comeback ever. Falcons 28, Patriots 3, late in the third quarter. Everyone thought the game was over. Commentators mocked the Patriots. Fans left the stadium. Except Tom Brady. He looked at his teammates and said, "We're still going to win this." And then, the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history began. Precision passes, masterful drives, unbelievable resilience. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, conversion, overtime. And then, Brady completed the miracle. Patriots 34, Falcons 28. Sports writers around the world agreed. This is the greatest comeback in NFL history. Tom Brady was now immortal. Tampa Bay, legacy, and the final goodbye. Leaving New England. After 20 years, 6 Super Bowls, and the greatest dynasty in American sports, Tom Brady left New England. Fans were shocked. Critics laughed. Analysts said, without Belichick, he's nothing. So Brady joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that hadn't won a playoff game in 18 years. People said he was too old, was finished, was outdated. But Tom Brady has one rule: never bet against him. Super Bowl LV, the final statement. In his first season with Tampa Bay, he led them to the Super Bowl. Not just led, he dominated. He destroyed the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes could only watch as Brady added his 7th Super Bowl ring, more than any franchise in NFL history. One man, 7 rings, 43 years old. Retirement, the end of an era. February 1st, 2023, Tom Brady announced his retirement. Not with a press conference, not a stadium farewell, just a quiet message on a beach. Because Tom never needed noise to prove who he was. His legacy was already carved in stone. What Tom Brady really taught us. Tom Brady's life isn't about football. It's about never letting the world tell you who you can be. He was the kid who wasn't chosen, the college backup who almost quit, the draft pick nobody wanted, the guy mocked for every mistake, the player suspended, doubted, criticized. Yet he became a 7-time Super Bowl champion, the greatest quarterback ever, the symbol of American resilience, the king of comebacks, the man who defined an era. Because greatness isn't born, greatness is chosen. And Tom Brady chose it every single day.